So we're talking about when God is silent. What does it mean to you? I know what it means to me, but what does it mean to you?
When God feels silent, that's because for me, when God feels silent is when I'm allowing the noise of the world to overpower his voice. And then I'm getting caught up in the spirit of busyness, the spirit of comparison, the spirit of just getting in my head. And that's when then I'm reminded, slow down, be still, and know that I am God. And that gives him the space to speak. When I'm filling that whole entire space, there's no room for him. So I have to intentionally make room for him. But that's when God feels silent. I can get caught up when things go wrong, and I can say, oh, he's not in it, it's whatever. I can make a lot of excuses, but it's just not true. He's never not silent. He's always speaking. We're just not listening.
And in that as well, how we talk about the talking stick, right? He doesn't want to interrupt. We have the talking stick. That's how I see it.
Because he's such a gentleman.
So all the busyness and all the talking and all of the, I'm just going to wait till you want to give me the stick.
It's so true.
I just want to wait till you give me the stick. Girl, I'm here.
Are you done now?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Are you finished?
No, he is. Yeah. Go ahead.
Go. Oh, you're still. Oh. Do you have time for me?
He is a God.
Jealous, but
right. But he loves us so much.
Well,
our kids.
As parents.
We're going there.
As parents. Hi, it's me again. Oh.
Right. Well,
no.
Oh, when my kids' names come across my phone, it does not matter who I'm in front of or what I'm doing. I will answer that call.
Yep.
If it's a $6 million home I'm listing, excuse me a moment, my children are calling me. Ooh. And that's him.
So he's not really silent.
He's waiting for us to call.
Man, right? When we put that into perspective.
Wow. What else did you write here?
Well, it's really what we have talked about.
So blind.
A little bit more about what we wanted to create here. Talk deep faith, sisterhood, and second chances. Yeah.
What if actually this is all a part of the first chance? Like, if it's just a part?
First chance 2.0.
Yeah.
Etc. Hashtag ETC. We get to be honest about healing, hope, and hearing from him.
Okay,
ma'am.
Can you just read
which part?
The stirring. Can you just read right after the stirring, please?
Allowing you to create a space where people can exhale, speak freely, and know that they are not alone. In a world that is loud, we were just talking about that, options and quiet when it comes to a true connection. We wanted to start something rooted in realness. Spiritual, something raw. So we created what we now call the Kelli and Kelly Show. A place where anyone can pull up a chair, feel heard, and begin the process of healing.
And sit at the table.
As we talked about.
And
healing is holy work, and no one should do it alone.
No. You can't.
No.
We know what it feels like when you're in the wilderness. Spiritually, even physically. It seems like God is silent. But what if the silent isn't punishment? What if it's an invitation?
He's in the way.
Good.
It's the and we'll go back to our kids again. So in his way of creation and us relying on him as his children, our children rely on us when they need us, right? What do we do with our relationship with him? Oh shoot, this is really hard. Okay, Lord, it's me again. I need your help, right? Hi. Okay, in the daily, oh my gosh, the gratitude of being able to wake up in the morning, to be able to go, okay, get another shot at this. I'm gonna need you. I always think of this like the little girl holding onto his hand as he guides me through the crowd, through the day, through the what I picture as I head on out the door in the morning. Like,
let's go to though real quickly, because this is really nudging me big time. Is I struggled with that in the beginning. So I got saved in 2009. I did not have a relationship with my father, my earthly father. I did not have a relationship with him, even though I lived with him a couple of times. I didn't live with him my full childhood. But even when I lived with him, I didn't have a relationship with him. And what I mean by that was, it wasn't taking me to the park, or a swing set, or you needed a jump time, or you just did not have that. He was a working doctor and just really ingrained in his career, and I just didn't get that intimate time with him. So I didn't understand what a father figure looked like. I had no example at all. And so I struggled when I got saved. It was like, Heavenly Father, and and your daddy, and your Abba, and you're this, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I couldn't even compare it to anything. And actually, it was just the opposite. I compared it to not having a father. And so that was what was really tough for me, was to break through that. What does that mean? What does that look like? But I'll tell you the vision that I had when I got saved. Literally, I got saved in a pulpit, but I saw this massive Jesus. I was bigger than the building I was in. He was sitting on the stairs, and he was holding me. He had me. I was this tiny little, I wasn't a child. I was the age that I was, which was 40. And he was holding me. And I remember his chest going in and out, and he was holding me. It was insane. And it was a song called Lean Back in Your Loving Arms, which I'll play it for you. And that was in that moment, that was the first example that I got of a father, and what it was to actually be loved by a human and a man and a father.
And see, I had very early on, my relationship with my Heavenly Dad began really young, because I would pray at night, Lord, do you think you put me in the wrong house? Was I one of the kids that got traded at the hospital because I don't think I belong here?
Oh, wow.
No, it was, so my trust in him was that my entire life, but it's changed. But I remember the exact opposite of that. I had to trust in him because I felt I was so alone. So I had the grandparents that were wonderful and amazing, my nanny and papa, like were everything to me. But in those hours where I wasn't with them, I was like, okay, I need to do whatever you want me to do, because I don't even know what this is. I trust you wholeheartedly with my entire being, because beyond that.
So with your story, did you grow up in the church?
I was dedicated as a baby, more because I was with my Italian and Portuguese grandparents. They were Catholic, but they were like, no, you need to rely on God. So they were the implant of walk with him every day.
Oh, really?
Trust in him every day.
Okay.
And then when I became, it was more of just non-denominational, like prayed to him directly even as a child, because I just knew I needed my dad more than I needed anything else.
I recently found a story that I had written about horses. I think I wrote it in the, I don't know, anywhere between the 7th and 9th grade. I found it. And do you remember when the printers used to print out the paper and it was connected?
Yes.
And it folded this way? It's still connected.
Yeah.
It's still connected. I'll find it and bring it in. But I wrote about God in this story. Yes. And I didn't even know. I talked about the Lord, and I didn't even know that I even knew that I knew him. And so when I got saved, it was literally in that moment I was like, oh, this is it. I knew that it all made sense. And I was like, I've always known you. I just didn't know that I knew you. And when you talk about him being silent, he was always there. Now I can look back, I can turn back and not turn to salt, but I can turn back and see that he was always there.
Yeah.
Now it just makes sense now. And so now we're so when in those moments for you, when you felt like he was silent, do you feel like you knew he was there?
There was such a raw dependence. I had to. Like, was that, like, just
for survival. And that is what she talks about on the Mel Robbins podcast again, was literally our spirituality is our survival. It is clinically proven to help depression, to be dead. Would be dead.
I remember, gosh, this just came up when you mentioned that. I remember, and I was like, I danced when I was a teenager, and I had my own car, and I was leaving the studio and driving home, And there had been a lot of not good things that were going on in my home at the time. Beatings and different types of abuse. And I remember driving home, it was raining, and my own head, I wonder if I got in an accident right now, if anyone would come.
Oh, I've thought about that. Yeah.
And then you go,
wouldn't it be easier just to?
I just wonder if they would care. I wonder if they would be worried or upset, and to have that, and then go, okay, I need you, just get me home. Even knowing home was not a safe place or environment, reliance on him was, okay, I know at some point, Lord, you're going to get me out of here. I don't know what it looks like, but I trust you. Yeah. Healing is holy. And truth be told, by the grace of God, is why you and I are here able to do this. Oh, yeah.
It's a miracle. And that's what, as you and I keep pushing through, and it's just constantly affirmation and reminding that's what keeps me going, is you have a calling, you have a purpose, you need to do this, you've got to be the voice, you're chosen, called, few are chosen. It's just...
Well, and to get the blips of confirmation, like I shared with you, I was able to connect with a young woman. Her story is very close to mine.
Yeah.
To be able to say, hey, we're doing this podcast, you should listen in.
Yeah.
To have it not be this is fun hour with Kelly and Kelly. Is obviously we do that part.
We're so funny.
And it's also a part of how he created
We're so funny. To be funny?
I was told I wasn't funny. I was told I was a wallflower, but whatever. Wait, what is it?
What's a wallflower?
The person that stands in the corner and
okay.
I don't know. Wallflower. If that's what you need me to be, let me be a wallflower. Use me. I don't care.
On that note, if I can say, we would love to hear from people.
Yes.
From women, men, it doesn't matter. We would love, this is not just about our story.
Correct.
We want to, the purpose I feel that you and I have in alignment is that don't be silent. We all have a voice.
Yes.
And we want to hear your voice.
Yes.
Now, we don't want to stay stuck, right? We don't want to stay stuck in our story. We don't want to stay stuck where we're at. We want to continually grow and get better and heal. But we want to hear from other people because your story matters.
Yes. And it not only matters, through that, other people are going to be helped. It's just one big ripple effect of love.
Yes.
Right?
I was I had the honor of meeting someone who is famous last night. Yes, he actually came into the restaurant 3 nights in a row because he was staying at the hotel. And we got into this deep conversation last night, and he is in Hollywood all the time. And I really, out of respect, I don't want to say who it is. But he was so humble. He was such a lovely person. He was so lovely. But he was talking about the identity and the mask, and that there's just these different worlds, and nothing wrong with them at all, clearly. But we are all walking around in masks. We're all injured. We're all broken. We all have a story. We've all been hurt. We've all been rejected. We've all been abandoned. In some way or another, it's created and molded us to who we are. But here's someone who is in that world, and to see that and to understand it. And he's so humble. He's like, I've been everywhere in the world. I've seen everything. I've done everything. And he's like, and he was just super chill. And it was just beautiful. He has a voice, and he wants to hear people's voices too.
Because in the end, it's about time, relationships.
Yeah.
None of this it's nice to have nice things, but really at the core of it, it's this. It's the ability to listen, hear, support, encourage.
Yeah, just because they could be living in that world, don't judge. They're human. We're all human. And then at our age, I think about my age or the time that I have left is less than the time that I've lived. That's huge.
Yeah.